We've got like 300 years worth of natural gas in the Utica Shell and Marcellus Shell in New York. It's the impact.
Why?
Politics.
Oh my God!
They want to get the green thing going, and people are going to. Sooner or later, people say that's it. Even China, they ride it with China with a zero tolerance for COVID.
Yeah. You know what's interesting? Like I wonder, or I think about like the cyber security grid network, like where we have all of these. It's great. You know how they stop the mining, the Bitcoin mining?
Yeah.
They'll be like, it's using too much power, and they'll say like, I came up with this theory that they'll try to control the power grid by saying that mining Bitcoin is taking up so much power that we can't protect the power grid because it's the most important source of power in the world, or for at least for the United States, for distributing power throughout the United States. And we're going to have rolling blackouts and all that stuff because of blockchain technology. Because all the crypto nerds were like, oh, the government can't do anything about this. They can't do anything. I'm like, motherfucker, if you go straight to the power source, they can do whatever they want.
Cut you off.
Yeah, okay, they'll cut you off. Be like, or they make the power grid to the point where it's like in tiers. Like, okay, you want to mine, you want to use more power than the average person, then we're going to charge you by the tier. And it's going to be a dramatic difference between every charge. Yeah. Or they can even make you get a fucking like license to mine.
Well, my friend mines. I didn't know you can mine Ethereum.
Yeah, you can mine Ethereum.
He got it in his business. He's got a whole room he closed out.
Yeah.
And all these weird things he's got with these.
Yeah, he built mining rigs, right? Yeah.
So I wanted to make a quick video to show an update to my mining farm that I have. There are 4 graphics cards instead of just 2 now. I have 2 power supplies running, a server power supply, and the old 550 watt power supply I was using before. I also have these slate backings that were actually used for a pool table, just to help if there's any fire hazards. And this can run constantly. I have an RX 470 right here. Then these other 3 are RX 580s. This one's an FX. And these 2 in the corner over here are both Sapphire ones. This is a 1,200 watt power supply with a breakout board. Then these are all power cords for it. They are 6-pin to 6+2 pin cables. All of these graphics cards are mounted using 3D printed brackets. And same thing with my SSD being held by 3D printed and my motherboard. My power supply is held a little bit different. It's held with just some plastic corners. As you can see, it's on a big wire rack. And that's just something that I bought from Walmart for not too much money. And this is going to be running constantly, 24/7 now.
Yeah. It's like, I think it's different because Ethereum is like a
smart contract,
proof of stake. So like, you know, the proof of work is Bitcoin. So like they have to solve these cryptographic puzzles. So it can validate each transaction. So there's no double spending. So you can't counterfeit the shit. But the proof of work is in the clouds. I mean, the proof of stake is in the clouds. So you're taking some of the it's weird because none of this shit is physically real. It's like, sometimes I'm talking about this, I'm like, this shit is like weird. It's like smoke and mirrors. Stake is putting some of your Ethereum coin and using those real coins to validate other transactions. So it doesn't take up as much energy. Because like if you're building all these machines and then you're plugging them in, like you're going to obviously be running up your electric bill.
Yeah, he's got that, man, he mining big, he's got a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know, probably a couple $100 million.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, and he just, I saw that stuff, I was going, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many rigs was a lot, but there was a lot of, that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and then you sit there and you have to build that shit. It looks like fucking you're building up like little. Have you seen the rigs like in, in Iceland? Man, they're fucking huge. They're like the size of this apartment building.
Yeah. And
it's like, you know, the owner of Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin, that motherfucker looks like, he's literally like a fucking robot. He answers questions like a robot. He's cool though, actually. I like that dude a lot, actually. He's really smart. I've subscribed to his website. I get his.
I started reading about him in 2000 Vitalik?
Vitalik?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's the man.
Yeah.
Because he's really fair.
But see, once institutions get involved, see, that's where everything gets screwed up.
Yeah, then you're fucked.
The big banks all go in there at one time.
Yeah.
Dangerous enough to keep an eye from afar, and they haven't won. And I think that's similar to the way I think about entrepreneurship. Like, if you can't actually operate, if you don't put in the work, if you're not that person, the sizzle, what you're referring to, will fuck it up.
You'll get found out.
Everyone gets exposed in the end.
Right. Now, I'm still a believer in FTX. I am. And Sam Bankman-Fried, I think, is a genius. I'm undeterred by the new spate of news. And I just want a commitment from you that you're still a believer, because so many people are jumping ship now. Whereas I say to myself, like, isn't this time to really show him our support? Like, let him know that, like, what he's doing is good. Like, he's giving Bill Clinton money, and, like, these are people that need money, right?
Yes.
The Democrats and stuff.
Yes.
So it's just I think it's a good thing what he's done. How do we help him? That's my question. Like, how could we help him? Do we get him to Dubai? Do we get him on a jet? What does this say about the larger crypto thing? Is it over?
No, because I mean, nobody I know that actually is educated in crypto kept their money in an exchange, because that's not decentralized.
But what about Gisele Bündchen?
Well, that's not someone who I would deem as somebody who's deep crypto, right? And I think some of these step backwards during this era are going to be similar to when pets.com and all that stuff happened in the internet back in 2001. Like, people are just confused and they get hyped and overexcited about dumb shit. Look, fraud is hard to see
You there,
at
Jenna?
times.
You can hear me, right?
Centralized, exchanges are a dangerous thing. You're keeping your money in an
Wait a second,
unregulated industry.
And be like, wait, what did you say? Because people like to use their headphones, and then they like speak in the microphones and think that I can hear them, and I'm like,
okay, Jenna.
You're good.
Web 1 is print. So back in the day, when somebody went to send like an email or something, it took about 5 hours because the technology was new, like newspaper on a computer screen. So that was print, just anything now typed down. Web 2 is subscription-based services, Facebook, Twitter, interactive. So Web 2 is interactive, and subscription-based models where you pay a monthly service. So it's more interactive, and it's service and platform-based.
Like AOL.
Exactly. That's yeah, exactly. You made me think of that.
Let's just stuff as many weird animals in a box as possible and have them fight it out.
Exactly.
And then, ta-da! Here's your message. Hey, isn't that lovely?
That was the lovely Jenna. You'll be seeing, or should I say, hearing more of her. Yeah. Back to the show.
People do for money what people do for money.
That lady, man, selling that body, man.
She shouldn't even done that.
No.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
Word.
And then he skipped town with black. You know, red is making money, black you make nothing back. Huh? You took a try and now I'm sorry. You lost all your money in 3 card Molly. $1 in your pocket and now you're broke. But you're dying from hunger and you need a smoke. Huh? You played a 3 to win 8 to 1. You lost your only dollar, now you have none. Huh? It might sound sad or might sound funny, but that's what people do for money.
Man, I tell you one thing I ain't willing to sacrifice for no money is I ain't willing to put on no dress or no wig. Fuck that. Period. No diss to those that's willing to though. Cause it's their will, not mine. What's controlling your will? Mr. Smith, Neo, Trinity, Cypher, Morpheus? Or you got the will to slap the rock for disrespecting your women? Nah, they just gonna make you apologize for the defense. Black man can't have no defense without an attorney. But me, I became my own public defender.
I know I'm far gone. I'm an animal. I'm an animal.